Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest edition of St. Joseph's Prep Soccer here on WSJP, where today the Hawks of St. Joseph's Prep take on Bonner-Prendie. The Hawks coming off an incredible double overtime thriller against the number 3 team in the state of Pennsylvania, Father Judge. Now the Hawks look to continue their momentum today against Bonner. For today's broadcast, I'm Ryan Sullivan, joined here by Bobby Wright, another guy getting his first time on the air. We had LJ on Tuesday. He'll be back next Tuesday, but today, Bobby Wright, how we feeling?
Feeling good. Looks like we're favored in this game.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt about it, especially coming off a very big win against Father Judge this past Tuesday, where we saw Will Powers get the free kick goal. Timmy Comey also scoring a penalty kick in that game. But the Hawks, an undefeated record so far. Obviously got that tie as well, but they are looking to extend their winning streak, an undefeated PCL record. They are tied for first in the PCL. And this Hawks team, I mean, it seems like year after year after year, they do, kind of get closer, and they get closer, and they get closer. But maybe this year, Bobby, is a change. Maybe this year, when it comes to the playoffs, the Hawks can get it done there. But let's talk about this game. The Hawks coming into a game where, Bobby, you said it. They're probably favored. Obviously coming off a big win over Judge. The hopes are high. The adrenaline's running. But what do the Hawks have to do today to not be overconfident and get a win here today?
Well, for stars, just focus at the task at hand. They can't let it get to their head that they just beat Judge, You can't have a letdown here. You just got to beat Bonner and just go through with that to keep your PCL number 1 spot,
And for Bonner-Prendie tonight, we'll say it again. The Hawks, probably favored in this game. But what do Bonner-Prendie have to do to keep it close and maybe get a win?
Really just play aggressive. Hope that the Prep might be sleeping after that Judge win, and just really play really aggressive and try and get some goals and stop this Prep offense.
Well, we'll see tonight. Obviously, the Prep, one of the most aggressive teams in the PCL, and their offense probably looking to show their dominant side here today. Obviously, got Noah Pop out there, who is one of the fastest players in the PCL. And Timmy Comey out there as well. It's also his senior night. We had some great introductions from the seniors. I'm sure you will see that on St. Joe's Prep social media platforms. In terms of our social media platforms, make sure to follow us on WSJP Instagram and Twitter at SJP Broadcasting. Looks like we're getting ready to go here in just a few moments. It looks like we might be getting a all-senior lineup to start. Actually, last year, we had a senior night of basketball. I remember that for real well. I was on the call with A.J. Farrington. We had an all-senior lineup in that game, but now Coach McIntyre might be taking a page out of the playbook from the basketball program. And Matt Owens, you obviously see him limping about a bit out there. He will be playing in this game, but he will not be playing for the rest of the season. This is just going to be a great moment for him, and you'll love to see it for the seniors. You might hear the applause from the audience, and here we go. And now Matt Owens, he will sub out as he gets a round of applause from the bench of St. Joe's Prep. And Timmy Comey, another senior coming in for the Hawks. And now Bonner-Prendie going to get the throw in. But it will be taken away by Massimo Albert. And now Bonner-Prendie going to come out here and a kick that will go left. Ethan Cosgrove getting the start in the goal tonight. It is not him. I was told that it was. Will Powers is actually getting the start in the goal tonight. I apologize for that. And Will Powers obviously scored that big goal against Father Judge to win the game this past Tuesday. Obviously riding the momentum very high. But now the Prep, they have to turn into this game. And here's Noah Pop. I'm sorry, that's not Noah Pop. Not a good start for me over here, Bobby.
Yeah.
And now Noah Pop will get it. more towards the middle of the field, and this one is sailing out of bounds. Official blows the whistle, and Bonner-Prendie ball. And now Smith will give the free kick for Bonner.
See, this is what Bonner wants. They don't want the prep offense to really get into the hang of things. They want to keep on stopping them and just keep on the attack early.
100% there. Evan Hoffman with a head tap, and now the prep, they will get the ball back as they're going to try and move this one up the field, but Bonner, they will just reset here. Kick back to the net, but the Hawks in pursuit. You see Brian Dugan trying to make a chase down. Noah Pop.
Oh.
Look at the speed from him. Noah Pop.
Intercepted.
And here's a shot from Dugan. It goes over the net. Almost a great start for St. Joe's Prep, but a missed opportunity there.
Opportunities like that, you just can't, like, whiff them. You got to just smash them right into the net, you know, because you're not sure if you'll get an opportunity like that again.
And now Bonner-Prendie going to get a free kick of their own out of their own net. And almost head tap there, but then is going to be head tap by St. Joe's Prep. Noah Pop going to get the one back, and he's the one we've been talking about offensively. Look at the speed coming out from Noah Pop. And here's Brian Dugan. Going to get a pass. Brian Dugan shot. Goal. St. Joe's Prep take the lead. On senior day, Brian Dugan gets it done. The Hawks lead 1-0.
I mean, really, Bonner was just really sloppy there at the start of the game, and we saw Prep take advantage. They already had that real easy opportunity, and I said, I mean, you might not get those opportunities again. Well, they absolutely did.
And you are 100% correct there in your assessment, Bobby. Brian Dugan, his first goal of the season on senior night. We're going to keep bringing that up, and you just love to see it if you're St. Joe's Prep. And now Bonner, they're going to have to reset here. Now Smith will take it, and it's just a kick all the way upfield, but the Prep, they will be able to get it back in possession. Will Powers in pursuit, and he will possess the ball now, and the Prep will try to get their potential second goal of the game. We'll see if they can do so. And just a nice kick, almost to midfield. Noah Pop lost it, and now Massimo Albert going up the sideline for it, keeps it in bounds, and not mishandled by Declan Hardy. He's getting double teamed now, gets it back to Freemuth, and tries to get it to the sideline of Noah Pop, and it looks like he was offsides. Yes, he was. He was behind the Bonner-Prendie defense, and now they'll get a free kick. A few calls on the offsides against St. Joe's Prep to start. And now Smith for Bonner. And give a nice kick and his head tap back into the possession of Declan Hardy. Now to the sideline over to Noah Pop. Gets it back to Freemuth in the middle of the field. And now Hawks, one of the most aggressive teams in the PCL. Timmy Comey tried to get it to Noah Pop, but it was stolen, and now Noah Pop's going to take it. One-on-one, Noah Pop tries to maneuver his way through the defense, but it's kicked out of bounds by Williams for Bonner. But the Hawks, they will get a free kick, a corner kick here. Yeah, I almost said free kick. You called me there.
Good opportunity here. I mean, have Noah Pop down there. Could maybe head it in with that height advantage.
Yeah, Noah Pop, a guy who has scored 2 goals so far for St. Joe's Prep on the year. We'll see if he can get his third. He's being double-teamed inside. And now here is the corner kick, a bit short. And nobody was able to knock it in. Looked like Massanova was over there. He couldn't knock it in, but Declan Hardy trying to fight for it. And good job here by Bonner to get it out of the net, but they will be the ones who last touch it. A throw-in now for the Hawks. And now throw into Timmy Comey. He's going to get almost quadruple teamed as he gets it away. And now this one kicked into the middle of the field. Declan Hardy trying to make a play, but once again, the Prep go offsides. That is the 3rd offsides call on St. Joe's Prep today.
I mean,
4th, I apologize.
I mean, on one hand, it's great to see so much offense, but you can't be sloppy like that with that many offsides just at the start of the game.
The Hawks, they are able to get back in possession of the ball, and here they come. The Hawks have gotten a lot of opportunities, just a little sloppy to start, but they obviously have taken the 1-goal lead, but you want to try and add some more insurance to that. And now, pass near the sideline to Noah Pop. Tries to get it to Massanova, but it's stolen And now nice moves here from Williams as he's going to try and maneuver his way through the defense, but it's kicked right into the possession of Freemuth and tries to get it to the middle of the field, but kicks it just a bit too far in front of Brian Dugan. And once again, Bonner take advantage of the Hawks' mistakes, but the Hawks still keep it on the side of Bonner-Prendie. Dugan trying to get the possession back into the favor of the Hawks. Now Declan Hardy was behind the defense, but mistimed the ball. And he gets tripped up there. No penalty call, and a shot on goal there. Saved. Can't get I believe that was Hardy who shot it. Yes, it was. But unfortunately, it was saved there. Here's Freemuth, gets it back to the middle for Comey. And now finds Noah Pop near the sideline. Luckily for him, he did not go offsides. Gets it into the middle of the field, and it's not going to be scored there, unfortunately, for St. Joe's Prep. And once again, the Hawks not being able to take advantage. Brian Dugan almost had the shot on goal there. Noah Pop calling for the ball, and now getting knocked over is Timmy Comey. Once again, no call from the officials. This one kicked out of bounds, but the Hawks, they will get a throw-in.
I mean, it's really incredible. I mean, Bonner just can't get the ball in the Prep side of the pitch. It's just always been on their side. I mean,
yeah, the Hawks have seemed to take a lot of control here early. Once again, trying to get to the middle of the field to Brian Dugan. They're not going to be able to, but Dugan can have an opportunity here. Gets double teamed, and it's kicked away out of bounds, but the Hawks will get a corner kick opportunity.
not good for Bonner that they're having to sell for corners. I mean, you saw there they had to kick it out of bounds there to even stop the opportunity of a goal there, and that's just not a good sign for your defense.
It's kicked out of bounds. And now the Hawks with a corner kick opportunity. As I mentioned, they were not able to score off their first opportunity. Let's see if they can do it on the second. And a bit of a play here being set up for Hardy. And they try to get it to him, but it's read perfectly there by Williams. And now the Prep still going to keep it on their side of the field, but Williams doing a good job of making sure the Hawks don't really get a chance here. Freemuth now gets it towards the sideline, and now here comes St. Joe's Prep, and another offsides call on the Hawks. Just can't seem to avoid them today, Bobby.
Yeah, I mean, like, both teams have problems right now. I'd say Bonner more than the Prep, but Prep's case, I mean, really just got to stop at the offside. They've been really sloppy with that entering into this game.
And the Hawks might still be on those highs from the Father Judge win just a couple days ago, and the offsides penalties seem to be a factor in the Hawks not really being able to score, but they're going to try and change that here. Hardy trying to move the ball around, and once again, the Hawks getting pushed around a little bit, but they finally do call the foul, and it will be a free kick for St. Joe's Prep. There have been a couple knockdowns on the side of Bonner, but the Hawks, they do get a call in their favor. Here's Timmy Comey, now gets it in the middle of the field to Freemuth. Tries to maneuver his way through the defense. He gets double teamed. He kicks it to the outside. Freemuth gets it back. And Hawks try to get it to the middle of the field. Nice job by Bonner to get it away, but the Hawks going to get it back in their possession. Now it's near the corner, but the Hawks getting double teamed. Nice move. Kicked into the middle of the field. Here's Hardy. Shot. Barely tipped there on the side of his foot. It goes left. And Bonner will get a free kick.
I mean, like, Bonner, they're getting really lucky with the way the Prep just keeps on going off sides. And because, I mean, otherwise this game would be like 3-0, 4-0 already.
Yeah, you might be right about there. The Hawks would probably have a larger lead if it weren't for the offside penalties, but Luke Freemuth might have heard us up here in the booth. Noah Pop gets it to the outside. Timmy Comey, and a shot from him, saved. There's another opportunity for the Hawks. We're not able to score. And Bonner, I haven't really been able to get to their side of the field. The Hawks have had a lot of control, but they've just not been able to score except for the one goal from Dugan, who was going to try and knock it out of bounds, and the officials do call it out, but they call it out on St. Joe's Prep.
I mean, really, every single goal kick here, it's just heading back to the Prep, and I mean, that just can't happen.
And now Bonner, they finally get it onto the Hawks side of the field. Here's Freemuth. Swings it. Swings it over to Cansanariti. And now Freemuth gets it back near the middle of the field and maneuvers his way through the defense really well. Loses the ball for a second, gets it back. But now he's being pressured. He just swings it out. And now Catanzariti, nice job there. He gets it to the middle of the field. Here's Freemuth once again, getting through the defense. Back to Hardy. Shot here. And it just hits the top of the crossbar. Timmy Comey almost had the score. And just once again, Bobby, the opportunities, not really being able to take advantage of them. And now a goalie substitution. Will Powers out, Ethan Cosgrove in.
See what Bonner can do here, and they just turned the ball over.
Yeah,
again.
the ball being turned over. Timmy Comey gets it to Freemuth, not really able to possess it, but he's chasing it down. A nice slide tackle there from Montero, but a corner kick opportunity for St. Joe's Prep.
I mean, this is already the third corner of the game. I mean, Bonner's just giving up corners all the time, and really their defense overall has just been underwhelming this game, and that includes the corners.
Head tap there from Will Pop, but he knocks it out of bounds. Getting a little flashy here on Senior Day. Noah Popped trying a few things. Was not able to score off that one, though. And Bonner now with a free kick. They're trying to draw up how they can get it to the side of St. Joe's Prep. Free kick from Bonner, and now this one will be tapped back by Freemuth, but the Hawks, they will be there to knock it back. And now Ethan Cosgrove, who came in for Will Powers, kicks it away, but Bonner-Prendie get it right back, but now it'll be stolen right back from the Hawks. Freemuth once again, and he gets it into possession of the Prep, and Will Powers, who is coming in to play some defense for St. Joe's Prep. A nice kick all the way upfield, and now the Prep behind Bonner's defense. Here's Hardy, pretty much one-on-one. Shot, goal! And the Hawks finally able to take advantage, and they get the insurance goal there, 2-0, St. Joe's Prep.
I mean, really, the difference so far has really been possession. I mean, in a game like soccer, possession really counts, and if you can't keep the ball, you're obviously not going to score with it. And, I mean, there's been a key difference between these two teams. I mean, the Prep, they've kept the ball nearly the entire game. Bonner, they can't last more than 3 seconds with the ball.
Yeah, the Prep doing a really great job maintaining possession, and they've had a few miscues, but then they take advantage, and now they got that insurance goal, and maybe you can add on. But we get going here once again. Bonner-Prendie trying to move the ball, and a pass from Luanzo, and he gets it back. And this one swarmed by St. Joe's Prep. A sea of black. This one possibly might go out of bounds. It does. Hawks once again will get it back. And now here's Will Powers. Swings it over to Massanova, but he's being haunted down. And now here's Noah Pop. He might have been almost went out of bounds there, but now he's maneuvering his way through the defense. We'll see what he can do. And Noah Pop, look at the speed from him. Noah Pop has an opportunity, getting chased down, and it's knocked out of bounds there from Williams. Or actually, it was not knocked out of bounds. It stays in bounds. Here's Dugan. It gets blocked. But the Hawks still with the ball. Shot, saved. Dugan almost had his second goal of the game. And I thought that one went out of bounds. Lots of action there from St. Joe's Prep, just not able to score. And
how about that play by Noah Pop? I mean, saving it from going out of bounds and just spraying past 2 defenders.
yeah, I thought it went out of bounds. It looks like we have an injury here for Bonner-Prendie. And man is down for them. Hope everyone's okay. And coach coming out to the field. We'll take a break here on WSJP. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're back here on WSJP. A bit of a sudden start. Obviously, there was an injury, but the game really started really quickly. No, but back to the action. Hardy trying to make something happen with it. Gets it intercepted by Chroma. Now this one kicked to the middle of the field. No Hawks around. Bangura trying to make something happen. Tries to get it on the Hawk side of the field, but a sea of Hawks get it taken away from them. Here's Lozano. Now once again, and now Bonner doing a good job here, keeping it away from St. Joe's Prep, but Lozano extends the arm a little bit, but it goes out of bounds. It was last touched by St. Joe's Prep, I believe, before the extension of the arm. It'll be in possession of Bonner. Here's a throw-in. And now this one will go out. It'll just go right back into possession of St. Joe's Prep. Freemuth has it, gets it near the sideline, and now the Hawks going to try and take advantage. Here they come. Here comes Hardy and St. Joe's Prep, but he gets it stolen. There's a triple team from Bonner. Freemuth in pursuit. And now this one's starting to get a bit aggressive here. Freemuth takes it away. Prep keeping it on the sideline. And now here come the Hawks in transition, trying to make something happen. Here they come. And a push down there. Once again, no call from the officials. Dugan gets knocked down. I'm sorry, I believe it was Ethan Smith gets knocked down. And here's Hardy. Gets it to the middle of the field. Has it open. Noah Pop. He finds him. Pop maintains it. Shot. Goal! St. Joe's Prep take a 3-0 lead. And Noah Pop made it look easy.
Yeah, I mean, again, that speed came in handy. It's like second made that pass. He just popped out of nowhere. Wasn't offside this time. And after that, it was just 1-1 with the keeper.
Was the pun intended, popped out of nowhere? It was? Or was
no,
it? No, it's not. All right, pun not intended, but I noticed it. But yeah, Noah Pop, great job from him to score. And now the Hawks have taken a 3-0 lead, and we're almost halfway through the first half here at Temple Sports Complex. And now Bonner being chased. The Hawks not taking off the pressure. And a steal here from Dugan. And now we'll see if the Hawks can get another goal. Shot from Dugan. And it goes in. Another goal for the Prep. Dugan, his second goal of the game. And now it's 4-0 St. Joe's Prep.
I mean, really sloppy from Bonner there. I mean, they came out of, like, the injury. Like, they came out swinging. But now it's just back-to-back quick goals. And just like before.
And I think the Prep got their footing after, a bit of a, I would say, sloppy start with the offside penalties. But now they have been able to figure it out and have now taken a 4-0 lead, not even halfway through the first half. And give credit where credit is due to St. Joe's Prep not getting overconfident after the Father Judge win, and they have looked great to start. But this one goes out of bounds. I believe it'll be a Bonner-Prendie throw, and yes, it will. And we'll see if Bonner can make something happen as they need it. They haven't gotten a shot on goal yet. But this one taken away by the Hawks, and now this one getting a bit closer to the St. Joe's Prep net, and I believe that was a penalty on Bonner. Yes, it was, so a free kick there for St. Joe's Prep, but it was kicked very quickly by Will Powers. Here's Freemuth, gets it over to Noah Pop. Pop already with 2 goals in this game, and now here's Massanova. Got tripped up just a bit there. Double team, gets it near the sideline. Timmy Comey's going to have to chase it down, and the Hawks once again offsides. We were just talking about how we haven't gotten a few offsides calls in the past few minutes, but now 6 and counting for the St. Joe's Prep Hawks.
I mean, sometimes you won't even see 6 offsides in like a full game.
Yeah.
I mean, not even halfway through the first half, the Prep's already got 6.
And now, if you might see the St. Joe's Prep Hawks sideline, there looks to be a lot of guys getting ready to sub in, and I think that now the subs are going to come in. The referee blew the whistle for all the subs, and now the seniors getting a ovation from the sideline, and now here come some guys that you typically may not see in the games. You know, they get some time here. It's a 4-0 lead. It's pretty much in the hands of St. Joe's Prep. Now, obviously, the game is not over till it's over, but the Hawks definitely have some control with a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of control here. I mean, they've just been dominating. I don't really see that changing here.
Pat Kane on the throw-in, but we do see Jack Joseph. We've seen him in some of the bigger games. You saw him against Father Judge the other day with a great performance against Council Rock North as well, and I believe they're going to call a foul there on Will Powers. Yes, they will. And a free kick here for Bonner-Prendie.
See if they can capitalize.
Yeah, see if they can capitalize. They definitely need some spark. And here the helicopter. They might have distracted a couple guys, but Will Powers with a head tap out, and now Pat Kane in pursuit. He's able to possess it. Gets it over. Now Pat Kane gets it back, and now number 23, Bobby Lithgow trying to throw it in, and a nice throw. And here's Chris Bryan on the break. He gets it taken away, gets it back, and Chris Bryan, obviously a dual sport athlete playing lacrosse and soccer. And now here comes the sophomore getting through the defense, and now Jack Joseph gets it back. Shot from him a bit high, saved. And now Bonner-Prendie, a kick all the way to midfield, and a bit of a missed head tap there. The Hawks get it back, though. Will Powers gets it. Michael Comey, and here is Chris Bryant's shot, and he missed it. It went right, had nobody in front of him.
Looked like he slipped.
And he might have slipped. A very big missed opportunity for St. Joe's Prep. Oh, man, I think we're just, I don't know. That's a bit of a loss for words there, Bobby.
I mean, Bonner is very lucky. That's about all I have to say.
I'm not really sure what happened. You might have been right. He might have slipped, but
looks like he was kind of losing his footing, and then by the time he took the shot,
I'm not really sure what happened, but we just got to go with the facts, and the fact is that it is 4-0 with just over 20 minutes remaining in the first half. Actually, there's about under 19 minutes remaining. Our scoreboard is not correct at the current moment in time. Getting that fixed for you. And a corner kick now here for St. Joe's Prep. And now or maybe it wasn't a corner kick. Actually, I think they
probably miscalled it.
But it might miscalled it, overturned it. Not necessarily sure, but a free kick now for Bonner. Now the Friars get it out, but the Hawks in pursuit. And a double team here. The Hawks try to get it back, but knocked a little too far in front of them.
I mean, the Hawks' pressing has just been levels above Bonner's. I mean, Bonner, they've actually done pretty good at the pressing, but I mean, the prep is just on a whole other level.
And now here come the Hawks, but Bonner's defense a little too much in numbers. And Jack Joseph now trying to get his way through the defense. He swung it over there to Ryan Smith, and now Joseph gets back to the sideline and lost his footing a little bit. He swings it out. And now nice moves there. Hawks trying to get it inside, but they're not able to. And now they get it back out. Here's Jack Joseph once again. Trying to get it inside. Nice moves from him, but it gets knocked away from Bonner. The number's a little too much.
I mean, at this point, Bonner's kind of primarily focused on defense. I mean, it looks like they aren't even really trying that much to score goals anymore. But even then, the prep is still getting opportunities.
The prep have done a really good job keeping it on their side of the field. So I don't know if it's about Bonner's not trying to score. I think it's just they have to get it to
but
the Hawk side of the field first.
It almost looks as if they're not trying.
Well,
they are.
You might be able to say that, and now this corner kick knocked a little too far left for Jack Joseph, and it goes out of bounds, and a free kick now for Bonner. Just under, 17 minutes remaining in the first half. St. Joe's Prep, a great start, and now this one taken away by Pat Kane, now in the possession of Chris Bryan, and handball from St. Joe's Prep, and another one of those penalties, or fouls, you should say, just not in the favor of the Hawks.
I mean, a game like this, up 4-0, they're able to get away with it. But, I mean, in a bigger game, they just can't do things like that.
Jack Joseph lost his footing just a bit, and it gets into the middle of the field, and a nice steal there, and a shot, and it goes. I might have been last touched by Bonner. I believe that was Lithgow on the shot. Or, I'm sorry, Michael Comey. But, it's going to be a free kick there for Bonner. And the Hawks, once again, just keeping it in the space of Bonner-Prendie on their side of the field. And now the Hawks with an opportunity. Gets it behind the defense. Shot. Goal there for St. Joe's Prep. Another goal. Chris Bryan gets the goal back that he probably should have gotten earlier, but it's okay. Chris Bryan gets it back. CB11 scores. It is 5-0 St. Joe's Prep.
I mean, the way they just blew past the Bonner defense, I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you are not wrong about that at all, Bobby. The Prep have done a really good job getting behind the defense at some points. Obviously, the offside calls have not been pretty, but in the times that the Hawks have been able to get behind the Bonner-Prendie defense legally, they have been able to score with efficiency. I think that rhymed. I don't know. But anyway, a steal from St. Joe's Prep once again, but it looks like it will go out of bounds. Yes, it will. And whistles blown here from the officials. I'm not really sure what they're trying to check on, but
Bit of confusion.
yeah, a little bit of confusion. And now I think we're getting Bonner-Prendie. Yeah, the Bonner will throw it in. There was a substitution change, actually, is what we're getting, so that's the reason why there was a stoppage. And a shot there was blocked, and now the Prep going to keep it on their side of the field, though. Ryan Smith trying to make a play. It's getting knocked around. The Hawks stay in possession. And Jack Joseph tried to shoot it there, but it gets blocked once again. This one being knocked around. Hawks keep it in possession. And lucky there, as Bonner-Prendie had strength in numbers. But here's Ryan Smith. Gets it stolen from him. This one looks like it'll go out of bounds. Yes, it will. The Hawks will get a throw in.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, we've really seen that pattern. I mean, Bonner's had the numbers, but they just haven't really been able to capitalize. I mean, they get the ball back and they just kick it right back to another Hawks player.
And the Hawks are looking for an opportunity there, but they get it taken away from them. Got a bit ahead of themselves. And now here's Ryan Smith once again. And runs into the defense, has to get back out with it. Gets it near the sideline, though.
Quite the tackle there.
Yeah, and the Hawks trying to...
Gets it right back.
And the Hawks trying to make something happen. And once again, the strength and numbers for Bonner-Prendie a little bit too much on this occasion. And a nice kick in the air there from Chris Bryan, but Bonner-Prendie, nice kick in the air of their own. And now Abrams, a freshman on varsity, trying to make an impact. We saw him in a couple of the early games there in the season. Nice kick into the middle. Chris Bryan trying to get a shot. He has an open one. He takes it, and he scores. Chris Bryan, his second goal of the or no, they wave. Or did they wave it off? Oh no, he scored. He scored. I thought for a second the official waved it off, but he didn't. And it is another goal for Chris Bryan, his second of the game. The Hawks 6-0.
I mean, that was a great cross in there, and then Chris Bryan, he was able to handle the ball, kept his composure, and yeah, just slot right into the net.
Thought for a second the official waved it off, but luckily for Chris Bryan, he didn't. And now Hawks trying to get a steal here. A bit of a function in the middle, but Bonner-Prendie able to get a steal here, that being Simon. But a kick away, out of bounds, and the Hawks get it right back. And now the Hawks just trying to maybe drain the clock here. You got almost 10 minutes remaining, but actually I might be wrong. They're trying to get behind the Bonner-Prendie defense. Chris Bryan in pursuit, trying to maybe get his third goal of the game, but he gets it taken away. Nice job there from Bonner to get it away, but the Hawks get it right back, and here they come. Michael Comey gets it to the sideline. Lithgow gets it taken away from him. Nice steal there from Smith. Gets it to the middle of the field. The Hawks defense, though, in pursuit. And now Bonner just trying to find any sense of breathing room, but the Hawks really not going to let them, and they might have just turned this one over. Yes, they did, and the Hawks keeping it in bounds. Comey gets it to the sideline. Here come the Hawks. Get behind the Bonner-Prendie defense, but they have strength in numbers, that being Bonner. This one knocked away. Who has possession? It looks like St. Joe's Prep. It'll be a corner kick.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that again. They keep on going on that left side, and they either cross it in or it gets deflected for a corner. I mean, Bonner's got to stop that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, they have had strength in numbers and just haven't really been able to take advantage. And now Jack Joseph will do the corner kick for St. Joe's Prep. We'll see if they're able to score off of this. They have not been able to so far, but here is the corner kick, and a shot here, and another goal for St. Joe's Prep. I can't see the number. I think that was Brendan White. Yes, it was, and he gets his first goal of the season. And the Hawks up 7-0.
I mean, Bonner's made a couple of mistakes already, but I mean, that one, I mean, just letting the ball land right next to the net so that the Prep can kick it right in. I mean, it's just.
And the Prep, they are pouring it on with just almost 10 minutes remaining in this half, and I don't know. I believe it is a running clock now. I don't know if we have the rules for that. Yes, it is a running clock. Just got that confirmation. And the Hawks, they have forced the running clock, and that is probably needed, I would say. Probably needed. But now Bonner, they will get the throw-in right now. And now a steal for St. Joe's Prep, and they're going to try and continue with this one. Chris Bryan got it almost to him, but it was tipped on the way, and now the Hawks, they really aren't going to pursue that one down. You're up 7-0. Maybe you can get a little lazy when it comes to the aggression. But Jack Joseph gets this one back. Going to try and get in the middle of the field. Has an open Bobby Lithgow. Doesn't find him. Joseph gets it to him now. Shot. And it goes in.
8-0.
8-0. Bobby Lithgow. His first goal of the season. Everybody getting their first goal of the season. 8-0 St. Joe's Prep.
I mean, again, like the keeper, he's got to stop that.
Well,
You just
I mean,
let the ball go right there.
when you get it behind the defense, I mean, and there's only 2-on-1, it's kind of hard to stop. But the Prep, though,
Yeah. And Bonner will keep possession here, looking to maybe score their first goal of the night.
and now the Hawks going to move it around. Jack Joseph gets possession of it. Bonner, though, to take it away. Now they're going to try and do something about strength in numbers for St. Joe's Prep. And here's Ryan Smith. And he gets it taken away. Nice steal there from Lozano. And now here's Chris Bryan. Doesn't really have anybody in front of him. But now the Hawks have everybody behind them. But Ryan Smith going to get caught up to. And his shot's saved. So there's the save you were looking for, Bobby.
Yeah,
That's what we want to see. Now Pat Kane in pursuit on Simon. He takes it away, and now he's going to try and find his defenders. He finds Abrams, who finds Michael Comey. Back to Kane. Bonner-Prendie players in pursuit of him. He's going to try and find somebody. Gets it back to Jack Joseph.
see what they can make out of this possession.
And now just under 8 minutes remaining in this first half. And now this one just goes all the way back to Ethan Cosgrove. The Hawks just going to reset. But now Bonner-Prendie, they are not going to give the Hawks a chance to breathe. And who could blame them? They need to try and get an opportunity here. And this could possibly be their best one. But I don't think the Hawks are going to let them even have a chance. Pat Kane will now get it onto the Bonner-Prendie side. Well, almost got on. Okay, didn't actually get onto their side of the field. But regardless, gets it back to Michael Abrams. The Hawks still in possession, and they might just play keep away from Bonner, as this is an 8-0 game. There's no reason necessarily score. Lithgow gets knocked down, taken away. No call from the officials.
Bonner's not going to go down.
Good defense, though, from Lithgow. Pat Kane gets it over to Smith, back to Jack Joseph, and yeah, I think the Hawks are just going to play keep away here in the final 7 minutes or so. They just keep moving it around. Jack Joseph gets it back to Comey. And Bonner, though, gets a takeaway. The Hawks, though, they're going to have to find a way to get it back. And Ethan Cosgrove saves it. And he will just quickly get it over to Pat Kane. And, yeah, just keep away for St. Joe's Prep, Kane. And now Ryan Smith, Jack Joseph. And now it's just a game of catch for St. Joe's Prep. Not really giving us much to work with, though, Bobby.
Yeah, I mean.
But, I mean, you're up when you're up 8-0. I guess WSJP's got to find its own way to make it fun. But this one gets knocked out of bounds. I believe last touch by Bonner. And whistle here. There are substitutions coming in. I'm not really sure for who. And the Bonner gets the sub. I couldn't really see that. And now throwing for St. Joe's Prep, but it gets taken away there by Lozano. And now Bonner, maybe with an opportunity. Michael Abrams might have heard me. Doesn't really give him it, but now this one's saved by Ethan Cosgrove.
Fairly easy save for Cosgrove.
Yep.
Just able to play it back. Just keep on playing, keep away.
And now, just over 5 minutes, Cosgrove gets it back and now gets it over to Lithgow. Jack Joseph gets it back to Lithgow now. Maybe the Hawks going to try something. Lithgow barely staying in bounds, walking a tightrope there. And now just gets it back to Abrams, who gets it back over to Cosgrove. And the Hawks playing keep away, using Ethan Cosgrove in that. Almost 5 minutes remaining. The Hawks, though, doing a good job in playing their keep away game, as they have not let Bonner do much. Jack Joseph, and now he's going to try and get Bobby Lithgow another goal here, but Bonner-Prendie, I don't think they want that to happen. Smith takes it away, gets it onto the Hawks side of the field. And now Michael Comey just going to try and get it back in the possession of the Hawks, make sure they have control as this first half is slowly coming to a close. And now another kick all the way upfield. Chris Bryan behind the defense, and they call offsides. I'm not sure about that one, though, Bobby.
Yeah, a tough call. So
4:30 remaining. Bonner with a free kick, but I mean, I guess you got to give the Friars some calls as they are down a substantial amount.
at the end of the day, I don't think either side is really that upset about a call like that.
Nah, I mean, it's very, it's been one-sided so far. And now St. Joe's prepping. Chris Bryan almost got kicked in the face there. That could have been disastrous. But the Hawks, they get a steal, and now maybe they'll try and score this go-around. Comey on the sideline, swarmed by Friars, and now gets it over to Ryan Smith, and I think the Hawks, they will just maybe hold this one for the last few minutes. And now, here's Pat Kane.
So far, the pattern for the Prep has just been hold the ball, play keep away, and Bonner just gives them an easy opportunity to try and take advantage of it. I mean,
yeah, it seems to be what they have been doing. Jack Joseph might be taking advantage of that opportunity now. And it gets to Michael Comey. He's got a one-on-one, another offsides penalty.
Yeah, that one definitely was. He just started going too early before Joseph kicked the ball there, and yeah, so.
What's that, 8, 9, something around there?
Yeah, lost count.
That is 8. Yeah, officially. Our producer, LJ McKnight's been keeping count for us, and I think 8 is the right number. Just under 3 minutes to go, and speaking of LJ McKnight, him and Teo Kuchar, Hawk Talk at the half. And make sure to stay tuned for that coverage here on WSJP. And now the Hawks, they were trying to get it to Lithgow on the break, but they got it taken away. Chris Bryan just gets it back to the Hawk side of the field, and now Michael Abrams tries to get it back to Cosgrove. He gets knocked down, and I believe that's going to be a penalty on Bonner. Yes, it will. Free kick for St. Joe's Prep. And now the Hawks going to continue to move it around. Comey finds open Pat Kane. Pat Kane back to Abrams. Abrams to Jack Joseph, and now Joseph tries to find somebody, just gets it back. Joseph might have overkicked it to Kane, but he keeps it in bounds. And now to Jack Joseph once again. Joseph just moving back with this one. 1:50 remaining. Bonner not really pressuring the ball as much as I thought they were going to. Comey, that being Michael Comey, have to distinguish there, as it is senior night. And now maybe the Hawks going to try to take advantage. And another offsides penalty. That is 10. The Hawks. Yeah, that's the theme of the night so far, except for the 8 goals.
Yeah. I mean, just nuts that this keeps happening. I mean, typically don't see this in a full game, let alone first half of a game.
Right. Jack Joseph with a takeaway. Going to try and get it back. And now I believe it's going to be a penalty on the Hawks. Yes, it will be. Bonner going to get a free kick. Just under a minute remaining in the first half. And once again, make sure to stay tuned for Hawk Talk at the half. And now a kick right to Ethan Cosgrove, who gets the easy save. 40 seconds remaining. Here's Pat Kane.
Going to try and go for one more goal.
Yeah, maybe. And I don't think we're going to see an offsides penalty here. Jack Joseph one-on-one. Going to have to get behind the Bonner defense. Bonner getting their defense back, but the Prep trying to go faster. Joseph gets a takeaway from him momentarily. That looked like a push, but no penalty. Lithgow gets it back to Joseph near the sideline. This one kicked out. No, not kicked out. It's saved. Good job there by Bonner to make sure the Prep don't get an opportunity, but 10 seconds remain. It's going to be hard for the Prep to really score. Lithgow gets it back to Michael Comey in the middle of the field, and the Hawks, they won't try to score. They will go to the halftime break with an 8-0 lead over Bonner-Prendie. A dominant first half for St. Joe's Prep.
I mean, like, dominant's an understatement there. I mean, just there's just no words. I mean, it's really like Prep's done a lot of things right, and Bonner's made a couple mistakes, and the Prep's capitalized on them.
And at the half, the Prep lead 8-0 over Bonner-Prendie. And make sure you all stay tuned for Hawk Talk at the half with LJ McKnight and Teo Kuchar. Don't go anywhere. I'm Ryan Sullivan, joined by Bobby Wright. Stay tuned for Hawk Talk at the half.
I'm LJ McKnight on the halftime show, joined by my guest, Teo Kukar. How do you feel about the Preps' performance so far in the first half?
Yeah, no, it's been very dominant. They've been playing really well. I think the first 5 minutes were definitely not as controlling as the rest of the game was. It was a little bit of a slow start, but they definitely got up to speed after a little while, and they definitely got their worth out of their attack.
Yeah, I agree. The Hawks have been very dominant in this first half with a score of 8-0 over Bonner-Prendie. The one thing, though, the Hawks have not been very good at is staying on sides with about 10 offsides calls in 40 minutes, which is not a recipe for success.
Yeah, no, I think they definitely have to, in this game, watch that because, they always say practice how you play, and I mean, this is a game. If you're going to be going off sides as much in a game, like, they should definitely work on staying on sides, but, like, they've been playing really well, and I don't think that's going to stop them.
Yeah, I agree with that. Moving aside from the Hawks, let's talk about Bonner. They have not really been close in this game. What do you expect to see out of them in the second half?
Yeah, no, they definitely did get they had some chances there where they got down the field. They just weren't able to connect. I think if they do get a couple passes strung together in the final third, they might be able to get some attack going. But other than that, I mean, it's definitely not been their day. But I think they definitely have a shot at getting a goal.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think if they're able to possess very well and break down this Hawks back line, which is very strong, I feel like they might be able to slip one in. How do we feel about our seniors tonight? Every senior started. We even had Will Powers in net. How do you feel about the seniors' performance?
It was definitely nice to see them all get out of there together, and that's definitely going to be a good memory for them, and especially seeing as how they've been performing well, and they've had great high school careers, but I think they played pretty well, solid, but yeah.
And let's talk about some of our underclassmen. Chris Bryan has 2 goals in the first half. Could have had 3. Looks like he lost his footing on the one, but what do you like about the Prep underclassmen?
Yeah, no, really explosive. They definitely have a lot of potential coming in. I mean, it's definitely looks like it can be a strong program in the future, even after this class of seniors leave. They will definitely have a good class coming up behind them.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, let's see. I want to talk about Noah Pop. He's been electric for the Prep in the past few games. I think he has 4 goals in the past 3 games. How big has he been for the Prep with his pace, his speed, and his ability to put the ball in the back of the net for the Hawks?
You know, it's really fun watching him play because he's very explosive. He's got a lot of pace in him, and he has the stamina to do it all game. And he's just been very clinical, and I think if he keeps that up, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with coming into the rest of this season.
Yeah, I agree. Let's dive into a different game. Last game, when the Hawks took down the number 3 team in PA, the Father Judge Crusaders, highlighted by Will Powers' double overtime free kick goal. How did you think the Prep played in that last game?
You know, I didn't see too much of it, but from what I heard in the clips I did see, they looked very clinical, very compact on defense, and that's what you have to be to take down good teams like that.
Let's switch to the coach, Johnny Mack. Very outstanding coach for the Prep. What do you expect to see from him this year going into the PCL playoffs?
Yeah, no, definitely the game plan's been working. I don't know what else that could be changed. I mean, if it's not broke, why would you fix it? I mean, it's been working really well. I mean, we'll see later in the season when they go up against some more like top level teams, like when they play, I think Ryan next week.
Yes,
That should
Ryan.
be a very interesting game.
Ryan next week at home. What can you expect to see from the Hawks next week at Ryan, 7 p.m. on, I want to say Tuesday. I'm going to say Tuesday.
Yeah, I think Tuesday. You know, it's definitely going to be an aggressive game, as almost every game is in this league, but it will definitely be a fun match to watch.
Yeah, I agree with that one, Teo. So I was just joined by Teo Kukar. That is the Prep halftime show. Don't go anywhere. We got about 3 minutes left on halftime, and we will be turning you back over to Ryan Sullivan. Don't go anywhere. More action in the second half coming soon.
Welcome back to second half coverage here on WSJP, where St. Joe's Prep have the lead 8-0 over Bonner-Prendie. And this half, we are doing a 30-minute half. This game has seemed to have pretty much gone out of hand, and the Hawks are now going to have a 30-minute half in this one.
Interested to see if they keep doing what they were doing at the end of the first half, keep away, or if they try maybe score a goal or two opening out here.
We'll see what they can do. And now Bonner-Prendie starting to move the ball around, stolen by St. Joe's Prep, and here's Evan Hoffman, who is now in the game. Masso Albert in there as well. Looks like the Prep have gotten the seniors back in there, which you'll have to see. Obviously, senior day had a great introduction just earlier. And now this one knocked back into the goal of Bonner-Prendie, passed around to Lozano.
It's like they're fighting for it, and now Prep on the break.
Prep get it on the sideline here, and they got to make sure not to go offsides this half. And now Ryan Smith gets it over to Dugan. And now Comey, a long shot, head tapped out there by Smith. And now Bonner-Prendie going to try and maybe get something on the break, but the Hawks in their way. Ryan Smith gets it back into possession of St. Joe's Prep, and a nice pass there. And a head tap. All getting a little fancy there, but saved there by Bonner. And that was actually an offsides call on St. Joe's Prep. So that's 11 offsides in this game.
Got to be close to a record or something.
And maybe. And now a turnover there for St. Joe's Preppers. Michael Comey, a lot of speed from him. Gets it over to Dugan. Now back to Ryan Smith. And now the Hawks will just knock it back. And here's Evan Hoffman. Once again, part of that senior class. Will Powers also back in there. And now here's the Dugan on the break, but he has Friars in front of him. And now a nice pass in the middle of Comey. Shot saved. Nice opportunity there for the Prep.
Yeah, I mean, good defense from Bonner, too. I mean, that could have very easily been goal number 9, but two of his fenders on him just stayed strong, and just best he could do was just kick it right into the goalkeeper's arms.
And now Bonner gets it onto the side of St. Joe's Prep, and this one being knocked back. The Hawks, though, defense has been, I think, their strong suit so far this season. And out Massimo Albert. Now the ball in the middle of the field. Friars, though, get the steal. Now pass over here to Montero. Hawks in pursuit, and now Albert falls down. Bonner able to keep it in their possession. And now here, turnover. Massanova, one-on-one, loses it. Not able to get possession back, but Massanova still in pursuit. A little bit of pushing going around. Massanova gets it back. Opportunity for him. Getting knocked out of bounds. Keeps it inbounds. And a kick that just goes through the line. Nobody able to touch it. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a free kick for Bonner.
Really great pass there by him. Just nobody was there to finish it off, you know.
And now Bonner. Free kick. Didn't really go so far. Brian Dugan in pursuit and try and take advantage. And now pass over to Smith. And this one just too far out right. Kicked out of bounds. It'll go to St. Joe's Prep. Evan Hoffman going to do the throw in. And he gets it over to Michael Comey. Back to Will Powers. And just gets it back to Ethan Cosgrove for the Hawks. You know, the running clock. Maybe just once again trying to play keep away as they did in the end of the first half. And now Timmy Comey in there and just a kick to the other side of the field. And now the ball being knocked around just a little bit here. St. Joe's Prep trying to get a steal. That being, I can't really see the number from the back of my from over here. I believe that's Brian Dugan gets the steal. Or actually, it's not Brian Dugan. I believe that's Ethan Smith actually. And now the Hawks. This one being on a tightrope. Hawks defenders there to knock it away. Whose ball is it? I believe it will stay with the Friars.
See what they can do from this. Maybe they can score a goal.
and maybe the Friars can get their first goal of the game. Something to hang your hat on. And now, though, a turnover for St. Joe's Prep, so maybe they'll have to come a bit later. Here's Massanova. In pursuit is Murphy, but Massanova gets it to the other side of the field. Massimo Albert chasing down Smith, and good job by Bonner, though, to get it away. But this one kicked right back to midfield. Head tap there by Tucker. And now the Hawks going to get the steal once again. Michael Comey being that. And now Will Powers, good job from him to get it away and find an open man. I believe that's Ethan Smith there. Smith tried to get it to Albert, and Albert not able to save it. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be a free kick for Bonner.
Again, I mean, a great break, a great pass, but just was a bit too out of reach to be able to kick it in.
Bit too out of reach indeed, but that is okay if you're St. Joe's Prep. Still a good opportunity there. This one taken away by Timmy Comey. Here's a shot. Nice save.
Great save there, I mean.
Shot there from Dugan was saved. And it was a one-on-one there, but
Perfectly pinpointed where he was going to kick it and just got his hands on it.
yeah, 100%. Got to give Bonner credit where credit is due. And now the Hawks, though, going to try and make up for it here on the break. Bonner trying to get their defense back in order. Double teams coming in for Bonner. As now Michael Comey has it. Has to watch Simon from behind, but Comey getting to the middle of the field. Gets it over to Ryan Smith, and now the Hawks trying to get it back as they lost control for just a second there. Bonner gets it into their final line of defenses, and now almost a steal for St. Joe's Prep. Bonner doing a really nice job keeping it away. Here's Massanova, though, once again, loses control of it, and he's going to just, unfortunately, kick it away. Could not find anyone there. A bit of miscommunication, and Bonner will get a free kick.
I mean, we're just seeing the same thing from the first half. I mean, we're just seeing Prep dominating, getting tons of offensive opportunities, and just really Bonner struggling to have the same effect on their offense.
Indeed, and now the Hawks just trying to get a turnover, and they do a good job there. Massanova walking the tightrope. He's able to save it. Gets it to the, almost got it to the middle of the field. It's got a little too far out in front of Dugan. Saved by Bonner, and they will try to get it back to the Hawks side of the field, but not if the Hawks have anything to say about it. And now the Hawks going to get it into their final line of defenses as they hit it back over to Ethan Cosgrove as Bonner. We're starting to gain numbers there. Nice pass in the middle of the field over to Ryan Smith. And now Timmy Comey, nice job trying to maneuver his way through the defense. And now Michael Comey hits it over to the Bonner side of the field. But Montero trying to make something happen, and a nice job getting through St. Joseph's Prep first line of defense. But the Hawks get a possession back, and now almost got in front, or I'm sorry, behind the defense, but Rafferty doing a nice job making sure that the ball did not get behind the Bonner defense. Ryan Smith once again kicks it back over to Hoffman, and thought there was going to be a whistle there, but there was not. Ryan Smith again. Brian Dugan trying to walk the tightrope of the defense, but Bonner will get the steal anyway, that being a Smith, and now a kick out from the net. Massanova trying to get a head on it, but it was Tucker who did instead. And now Rafferty in pursuit, but so is Brian Dugan, and he will get the turnover. Bonner will let it go, get their defense back. Dugan tries to kick it into the middle of the net, but it was tipped there. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for St. Joe's Prep.
See here, it's another great opportunity here. I mean, good cross. I mean, Bonner was there to block it, but just got deflected out of bounds. So, see what the Prep can do from here.
Prep have had a few corner kick opportunities. Not been able to score off them just yet, nor do I believe they've scored off one this season. But this kick goes to the other side of the field, one-on-one, taken away from St. Joe's Prep, but now they'll get it back, that being Evan Hoffman. Hoffman could not find Timmy Comey, who was covered. A bit of miscommunication, a turnover for St. Joe's Prep, but they look like they might be able to get it back with 3-1 numbers, and they are able to. Evan Hoffman, though, gets it taken away from him. And a bit of a shove there from Lithgow. I'm sorry, Massanova, actually. And it was a foul. It'll be a free kick now for Bonner. And now this free kick, I don't think the Prep are going to really let them have any breathing room, and the Hawks, they will get the possession back. Here's Albert, gets to the middle of the field over to Michael Comey, and now he gets it to Timmy, who is going to try and get the shot off, and he is able to, and he scores. Timmy Comey, another goal for him on the year. We normally see Timmy Comey on the penalty kicks, but he gets a regular goal here, and it is now 9-0 St. Joe's Prep.
I mean, one thing I've noticed coming out of this half is really Bonner's been really messy with their marking. I mean, just before on that corner, they left a Prep guy just completely unmarked. I mean, and now here, they just let him just score a goal there. I mean, it was better here, but.
And now Will Powers out, Noah Pop in, and the Hawks continuing to get their seniors in there. And you love to see it if you're St. Joe's Prep. You get the seniors in there on senior night. We repeatedly bring that up throughout the broadcast. And it's just one of the great traditions here at St. Joe's. Well, I mean, a great high school tradition, but obviously the Prep, I think they do it better than anybody else. Noah Pop gets it through the defense, and Noah Pop, he is going to easily score. And it is now 10-0 St. Joe's Prep.
That's track and field All-American right there.
That he made that look easy. I mean, there's not really much to say. I mean, he just went right through everybody.
Yeah, just went past everybody straight one-on-one with the keeper.
There's not really a way to spin it. It's just Noah Pop doing the Noah Pop things. Great job from him. And now a steal here from Massimo Albert. He's going to try and shoot it himself, but he shoots it a bit far left, and the Hawks just trying to get everybody a goal.
It is senior night after all.
Yeah, it is senior night. You want to get all the seniors a goal. Maybe that's something for the future. Try to get all the seniors a goal on senior night. Maybe I'll bring that up to Coach McIntyre, see what he thinks about that one. I mean, it depends on how many seniors there are next year. I'd have to count, but that's for a different day. And now a steal here by Massanova. Try to get it to Hardy, but kicked it a bit too far out left, and a free kick now for Bonner. And now Pat Kane in this game, and the Hawks just continuing to make those substitutions. But Pat Kane, a junior, trying to get him some experience in a game that the Hawks have control over. Hardy with a steal, and now Hardy has an opportunity to score, and he will. Another goal for St. Joe's Prep, 11-0. And that is his second goal of the game.
I mean, this second half so far, the start, it's played very similar to the first half, the way the Prep started slow, but now they're just really scoring goals.
And Noah Pop off, Bobby Lithgow in for St. Joe's Prep. Brendan White also coming on for St. Joe's Prep as we start this go about. And this one kicked a bit behind Tucker. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for St. Joe's Prep. And I believe that was Massanova who threw it in. Yes, it was. Hardy head tapped over to Massimo Albert, and he gets it back to Hardy. Friars, though, coming in. It's a 3-on-1. And Bonner, nice job to get it out, but it's right into Albert. Albert's shot goes over the net. He's not able to score, and a free kick for Bonner.
Just a bit too much under the ball there, and just went way over the goal there. But great opportunity, though, by the Prep offense.
And now a free kick for Bonner. And now they're trying to move the ball past midfield. The Hawks, though, suffocating defense. And I feel like that's something that Coach McIntyre has really pushed, the aggressiveness and hustling every single play.
Yeah, I mean, we've really seen that. I mean, Stars, the pressing has just been immaculate, the way they're putting pressure on Bonner and just getting so many turnovers on their own side of the field. I mean, to just, on the goal kicks, I mean, every single time when Bonner kicks a goal kick, it seems like it almost always heads to a prep player. I mean,
Yeah, the Prep being very aggressive on just about everything, no matter the time in the game. Bonner-Prendie going to get one of those goal kicks, so maybe we'll see the Prep with a demonstration of the aggressiveness from what we have seen over the past few weeks, that being, and they will continue to do that. And now the Prep, another turnover for them, as they will now, maybe they'll play the keep away game that we saw, but as this one is just 15 minutes under to go in the game. Pat Kane gets it from Massanova, now over to Abrams, and Abrams might have to get it to Ethan Cosgrove, but he's not going to do so. He's going to try and take it himself, but he gets it taken away. Bonner-Prendie now with an opportunity, but they kick it right to Pat Kane, who will then get it back to Cosgrove. And now he will deliver a kick over to Abrams, who's was swarmed just a bit, but he gets it away. And now a nice kick upfield. The Hawks now with an opportunity, but Bonner with the numbers. But now the Hawks, they don't really seem to care. Over to Massimo Albert. He has an opportunity, but he slips the last second. And no call of a push from the officials. And it seemed like Bonner-Prendie, seemed like some of the defenders were not happy that they didn't get the ball on that last play. Abrams, though, gets it over to Freemuth. Freemuth gets it over to Hardy, and now Hardy trying to swither his way through the defense, and it kicks almost to the middle of the field, goes a little too far out of Hoffman's range. A free kick now for Bonner.
yeah, seen a couple of those passes that have just been a little bit too far.
It's all good. And Jack Joseph now coming on. Mike Comey out for St. Joe's Prep. And Jack Joseph, somebody I've kind of given the enforcer name. And now here's actually a steal from Albert. He's going to get another opportunity. Let's see if he's able to take advantage. And he will be able to. Another goal for St. Joe's Prep. 12-0. Massimo Albert.
Saw earlier in that position, like how skied it, but this time got it right.
Yeah, he got it right there. Right on the money for Massimo Albert. 12-0 St. Joe's Prep with 12:40 remaining. And it has been a great senior night for these seniors. And you love to see it all. That almost all of them, I believe, getting a goal.
Well, you know, for one thing, it seems like the Preps upgrade their offside game.
Yeah, yes, there have not been offsides, many offsides. I think there's only been one this half, if I'm not mistaken. So you love to see it if you are St. Joe's Prep. This one in the air, in pursuit from Massanova, but Smith will get it first. He's going backwards, though, with Massanova right on him, getting pressured, and now some help coming in for St. Joe's Prep. That one was being from Catanzariti, and now this one kicked to midfield. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover. The Hawks get it back. Pat Kane a throw into Michael Abrams. Abrams gets it to the Hawks side of the field. Look at Jack Joseph out there still giving the hustle, and now he's rewarded with the ball, and we're going to see if he can make something happen. Maybe a possible assist. He's got to get it to the middle of the field. He's going to try and take it himself. Might need to pass it out here. He's got an open Freemuth. He gets it to him. Freemuth just going to get it, pass it back. The Hawks may not want to score here. And now here's Abrams. Gets it back to Jack Joseph. Joseph being pressured by Neves. And now the Hawks will just reset with it. And now try to get it to Catanzariti. And he gets pushed out of the way in a, I believe, might have been an offsides. I think it was. Or so it was actually not an offsides confirmation there. But the Friars will get a free kick. Just over 10 minutes remaining, and we would like to take this time, if you've enjoyed the broadcast today, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all St. Joe's Prep sports. Make sure you follow us on X and Instagram at SJP Broadcasting. Massanova almost got a goal there, and he gets knocked down. This one kicked away.
Looks like it might be a corner.
Possibly. And there's I think is that Andrew Dyke and Andrew Yeager over there, and Andrew Zimmerman. Look at him getting the ball over to Freemuth. Look at that. The 3 Andrews out there. We got 1 Andrew Purcell up here. I mean, it couldn't get any better here on WSJP. But anyway, this one kicked to the other side of the field. And now Pat Kane gets it over to Albert. Can you believe it, Bobby? The 4 Andrews all taking pictures at today's game. I mean,
yeah, huge Andrew showing.
I know. I think on the emails when all the Andrews show up, I'm just gonna write for photos. I'm just gonna write all the Andrews. I think that's like a better. I think that's a pretty good idea, right? Maybe that would. Maybe we'll do a poll, like a WSJP poll for that. LJ, I don't think he would vote yes, but it's okay. I would vote yes. I would get some others. But Jack Joseph now trying to get his first goal of the game. He's working hard in there. Nice spin move. He's trying to make something happen. Nice footwork from him. But Bonner, power and numbers, they knock it away. And we got 2 of the Andrews up here, Bobby. But the others have left. They're only up here to use us for the press box. It's okay. But anyway, the Hawks trying to get another goal here in the Bonner-Prendie zone. Catanzariti gets it, has it saved. And they're trying to get him a goal here on senior night with 8:30 remaining. And there are some, and as I mentioned, if you want to stay up to date with all St. Joe's Prep sports, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel in terms of upcoming broadcasts. And there is a handball right there. But in terms of upcoming broadcasts, game tomorrow, 7 p.m. Dom Schulk and I on the call versus St. Francis Academy, the number 4 team in the country. St. Joe's Prep, number 44 at the current moment in time at Franklin Field. That is one you don't want to miss. And in terms of St. Joseph's Prep soccer, we're back next Tuesday. Myself and LJ McKnight on the call versus Archbishop Ryan at Penn Park, 7 p.m. And now let's see if Catanzariti can get his goal. It's in the air, and he scores. Another senior goal on senior night. 13-0 St. Joe's Prep.
Great ball in. I mean, just chipped it over the keeper. I mean, just good stuff right there. I mean,
you could almost sense they were trying to get him a goal. You know, it's senior night. You love to see it. And I think Freemuth and Ethan Smith might be the only ones without a goal today. And obviously Matt Owens, but he's got an unfortunate injury as we speak. So obviously he's not going to be able to get that one there. But other than that, it's been a good disposal of goals on senior night. And we'll send the seniors and their families home happy. And we appreciate all the seniors in all of our sports. The sacrifices they make are incredible just for St. Joe's Prep. I also got the honor to introduce the seniors today at senior night. You love to see it.
looks like Prep's putting more pressure on Bonner here.
Yeah, the Prep are putting a bit of pressure on them. I think
No,
6:30, 6.5 remaining. Smith walking a tightrope there as he gets it over to Luzano. Steal from Massimo Albert to Fryermuth. And now Ethan Cosgrove gets it back.
Just going to use a bunch of time, you know. Just a bit over 6 minutes, you know. Just use all the time you can.
100%. And now the Hawks, maybe they will try to play that keep away game as it is. There are 6 minutes remaining. Here's Jack Joseph. Joseph in a bit of a circle as he gets it back now. Maybe they'll try and get him a goal. And he is just, some nice footwork there from Jack Joseph as he gets it back over to Ethan Cosgrove.
But showing off his footwork this game, yeah. He's been able to get into the box a bunch of times with some great moves.
Someone that's really been an enforcer for the St. Joe's Prep soccer team, really showing his skills tonight as he gets it back. He tries to get it back to Abrams, but now it's stolen, and now an opportunity here for Bonner. This is going to be interesting. And Ethan Cosgrove not able to get the save, and a goal for Bonner, their first of the game.
That's the one they've been looking for.
Can't get a look at the number of who scored if they would. turn around here. I believe that was Williams, another senior, so I guess it was only right. Actually, it was not him. It was actually Simon. Simon's actually a junior, so never mind. So maybe it wasn't fitting. But 13-1, still a big lead for St. Joe's Prep. As now Bonner will have something to hang their hat on.
Looking like they're trying hard to get a second.
And we're actually from getting our stats here and from our research, from some information we just got, this is actually Bonner-Prendie's first goal of the season, and it comes against St. Joe's Prep. And you hope that this is something that they can carry into the future in the rest of their games.
Yeah, absolutely.
But a good way, good start. It was a good way to carry your momentum over into your next games, right?
Yeah. See if that'll carry on throughout the rest of the season, you know?
Yeah, we'll see as they will continue to follow them as we continue to go. But now here's another turnover. Simon maybe able to get his second goal of the game as he gets through the defense. And this is going to be another interesting one. The Hawks with numbers, saved by Ethan Cosgrove. And he's not going to allow another goal. And now here's Jack Joseph with 3:30 remaining. The Hawks now going to try and get it to Hardy. He's got 2 goals already today, but the Friars got numbers. And a kick to midfield. And the Hawks, once again, Jack Joseph. Look at the moves from him. And, well, I tried to do some fancy stuff there, but it got it taken away. And now Bonner on the break. They've got some Hawks defenders in front as it stays in bounds, actually, and the Hawks able to keep it in their possession. And now it gets it back to Brendan White. And now back to Massanova. Now to Pat Kane, and the Hawks might just hold it. But Bonner, actually, they're going to put the pressure on. Back to Ethan Cosgrove.
Looking for their second goal of the season.
Yeah, we'll see if it can happen. But Ethan Cosgrove, I don't think he wants to allow that. Tries to get it to Jack Joseph, but it's actually going to be taken. I can't really see the number around here. I believe that was Catanza Reedy. And now the ball just being moved around from St. Joe's Prep. Back to Pat Kane. Massimo Albert. Brendan White now with it. Back to Jack Joseph at midfield. Out of Freemuth. I'm sorry, to Michael Abrams. Michael Abrams, one of these freshmen on varsity that you hope to see in the next couple of games. We're going to be seeing him over the next couple of years as well as one of the bigger contributors for St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now 150 remaining for the Hawks.
Looks like they're just going to pass it out. You know?
Just going to hold this one as the Hawks playing a great game here. They will be back on Saturday, but we will not be broadcasting that on WSJP. They will play 2 p.m. at Penn Charter against Archbishop Curley. But the next broadcasted game here on WSJP will be against Archbishop Ryan, as I mentioned earlier, 7 p.m. at Penn Park. Myself and LJ McKnight on the call for that game. So make sure you subscribe and follow us on all social medias to stay up to date for everything St. Joe's Prep Sports. Here's Brendan White on the steal. Pat Kane now with it. Back to Massimo Albert.
Just under a minute to go here. Just passing it back and forth.
And now Brendan White gets it over to Pat Kane again as, just a little bit of pass from St. Joe's Prep. Albert to Pat Kane again. Now to Ethan Cosgrove. Cosgrove has to get it away. Gets it back over to Brendan White. Now White just getting it to the sideline. Over to Jack Joseph now. And now some passing from the Prep, and maybe they're going to try and get their last goal of the game here. I don't know if Bonner's going to allow it. They have strength in numbers. This one goes out. It's going to be a corner kick for St. Joe's Prep. but there are 17 seconds remaining, so I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get this one off as this one goes behind the barrier. And it looks like this one will wrap up 3, 2, 1, and that will do it here at Temple Sports Complex. St. Joe's Prep get the win over Bonner-Prendie, 13-1, and the Hawks really had this game in control from the opening kick.
Yeah, I mean, really just a real dominant win after the Judge game, showing that they still got it, that they weren't going to have a letdown after that game, and hopefully it helps push them up into the Ryan game to also move strong in that one too.
Yeah, the Hawks, we will be back in action on Saturday, but we will not be live for that one. We will be at Franklin Field tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune into that. But yes, we will be back on Tuesday for St. Joe's Prep Soccer versus Archbishop Ryan, so make sure you guys tune in for that game. That'll do it for today's broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Ryan Sullivan, joined by my color analyst, Bobby Wright. Thank you to LJ McKnight for being our producer tonight, Teo Kuchar on our camera. They did a great job on Hawk Talk at the half. And I'm not going to say all the Andrews' last name, but they're going to be called all the Andrews from now on. All of them on photos. Make sure you check out WSJP socials for their pictures. Leave a like on those. Great senior night here at Temple Sports Complex for the St. Joe's Prep Hawks. We say thank you, have a good night, and go Prep.